Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another session of the Stories from the Seventh Shard. I'm your
Hi, Yoshi
host.
P.
God damn it, works.
It's been a while since we said that.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. Anyway, for those of you who are new, which is nobody, as always, we're lonely. Please join us. We are a merry band of misfits, idiots, and we all love each other very much. We are family, and we will continue to treat each other as such. And, well, our family's been through some shit lately.
I wonder whose fault that is.
It's mine!
I was gonna say, he's proud of it too.
Yes, I am. As a heads up, while we are still in discussions about it, we may be returning to once a week. And also for clearance, I will not be available for the Valentine's Day weekend. So for all of those lovely, lovely people who wish to share all of your love with us and, you know, one of these with us on Valentine's Day, I'm sorry, the Dungeon Master is going to be getting laid.
Nice.
Scandal. All by myself.
Oh my god.
Don't wanna be all by
Anyway.
myself.
Anyway, when we last left off our intrepid band of adventurers, they found themselves once more in psychological turmoil. Rowan Darksbane and Workson, having stayed behind on the battlefield with Fionn as she began rendering aid to all of those torn apart by battle, have so far for the moment turned down Hummerut and Fandaniel's offer to transport them wherever it is they wish to go. Meanwhile, Yedrin, Dekwa, and Kato have either gone to different portions of the world or back to their homestead for the time being. So, as Dekwa and I, for the interest of time, have covered her events, as I have done with Kato and Yedrin, and Fionn, Worksend, and Rowan. The floor is yours.
Alright, so, which of the three of us is gonna start this one? Alright, so I gotta find Rowan.
Sprang to his sleigh.
I am fairly certain that
But I heard
the
him
laugh
explain
track.
Harry drove out of sight.
Kidding.
Merry Christmas to all. Oh crap.
I am fairly certain that Rowan is easy to find at this moment, whether through heat explosions or simply just following her.
Okay, so I find Rowan and I walk up and I just, I honestly think a vacation is well needed at this point. Because fucking hell. I don't think I could ever go through that again. I think my mental stability would actually just break.
Rowan just turns and looks at him as like he's an asshole. I'm sorry, what?
So I don't think I would ever want to go through that again because I think my mental stability would actually break.
Hold on a second. Sorry, my son came in the room.
That's fine.
So, I was just looking at it's just she just can't get the "are you an idiot" look out of she's like raging, tears are coming down her face still, and she's just looking at him like, go away. If you're gonna talk like that, just go away. I don't need this right now.
Well, sorry, I'm still kind of processing everything. I mean, I don't think I can compare what we just went through.
You want what, Cat? Oh God, shoot me now.
And if I'm feeling like this, I want to make sure you're okay too.
Do I look remotely okay?
That's why I wanted to come over and check up on you.
I'm not okay. I have to take Colby back home because I have to bury my friend who wanted to stay in the sun and be near me. Someone he thought of as a little kind of a bit of a goddess. And now my friend that I spent all that time with and that I adored is laying there with no insides, no spine. A fine warrior like that cut to emptiness. All because of the fucking Asians and everybody else's greed, anger, and hatred. And right now, I am just filled with anger and even more hatred. And I would love to help them blow up the rest of this world just to get rid of the fucking Asians.
Well, remember, if it wasn't for those Asians, we wouldn't have had.
If it wasn't for the Asians, this wouldn't have happened. Hamarut said, and I quote, 50% of this is their fault. So that means 50% of it is on every Eorzean. But the rest of it, the thing that pushed it over the tipping point, were the goddamn Asians. And what are they looking for? They're joining. Those motherfucking ass-sucking pricks need to die. Every single one of them. As much as I like Fandaniel, I hate everyone else. Except you, Cat.
As I sit in the darkness with candles watching you.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, that's higher than what we're capable of doing right now.
And I told this big old ball of ancient hatred, what we can do, and yet I'm standing here and I am seeping with it, and I can feel it coming out of every pore, and all I want to do is blow shit up.
But is that really the answer?
Of course it's not the answer. Does it make me feel better? Not really. Is it helping alleviate any of the pressure? Nope, not at all. So what the hell do you do to get rid of all of this anger and hatred?
If I had the answer to that, I'd be a lot happier of a person, but only I could think of is roll with the punches. Just kind of go with what happens. I mean, yes, being angry is one thing, but being angry at a force we can't control and have no hope of controlling kind of seems, like a pointless aggression.
It's all pointless at this point, isn't it?
In the grand scheme of the whole universe, probably. In our lives, no, not at all.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be? We all got this stupid blessing, and what are we supposed to use it with? Are we ever gonna figure that out? Or are we just gonna be little puppets that are gonna wander around until they tell us what we're going to be doing?
We're adventurers. We have the freedom to choose what we want to do.
Mm.
I mean, this one was kind of, end of the world level, so I think the choice was pretty cut and dry. I mean, everything else we've done so far has mostly just been our choice.
No. There's all been some little thread pulling us all along.
I mean, if we wanted to, at any point, we could just hang it up and say, I'm done.
Oh, I have erred.
Hmm?
I am tipsy.
Hard.
How are you
Well,
tipsy?
that's what you get for downing
When
half
you-
a bottle at once.
When you walked away, I held a drink for the entire time you walked away, Rowan, and then I swallowed.
Oh no.
Okay.
I should be fine. I did just eat, and it's.
I didn't realize that you were drinking. I was.
It has been a week. Oh my god, has it been a week?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's lovely when your mom and your boss start talking about your love life very openly in front of your coworkers
Mm.
and making fun of you for it.
Ugh.
Mm.
Shit.
I will now quote one of my friends whenever someone talks about that kind of stuff. In that server, eat them.
Anyway, back to it. Sorry.
Huh?
Nope, it's a fire.
I don't know how any of you handle this. I mean, you may not have quote unquote seen battle, but you've seen catastrophe. You've seen dead people on the ground. Sorry, didn't mean to go there. Don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, and I could be angry at. I mean, for the longest time, I was angry at myself. I still kind of am, but
I question my choices right now. Why the hell am I here? Why? Why did I decide to do this? And sit around here and be ripped apart? Or my whole goal was to try to find a way to control the fire and the anger inside of me so that I don't explode. And so far I've blown up a desert. Put some pretty nice extra holes over here. Let's see, I've been mind fucked by Heidelin. I watched my first lover's family and saw exactly what happened to them and how they died. Watched my first lover be almost melted to pieces. Not having everybody remember that, because thank God for Kato. Probably the first and only time I'll ever say thank God for Kato for fixing that. Kato was indispensable in that moment. And now there's this.
You're lucky he didn't hear that.
Kato, you're not there. You can respond later.
Like I said, you're
He
lucky
knows that.
he didn't hear that.
And yes, I'm gonna be an asshole for a second, but you only observed it. I've lived through my tragedies. And I still have nightmares seeing people I'm responsible for killing. I try to be better. I try to be better because of that. I try to be stronger so I don't make that mistake again.
Yes. I only experienced it. I almost died how many times? was cleaved
join
in
the-
half how many times?
Join.
But
the club.
I only observed it. I wasn't a part of all this. I wasn't holding my hollowed out friend. Yeah, no. Works, go away. Go away right now. I'm going to take Fandaniel up on her request. I'm going to go have her send me and Colby back home,
Okay.
and then I'm going to Gridania. And I just want to be left alone.
I turn is like, at least you got a family to go back to. I don't have that.
I would say that we're your family, but right now I just can't look at you. So you can go back to everybody else, but really? I only observed this. I haven't seen everything that all of you other quote-unquote war-born people have seen. I am a highborn lady. I don't see this shit. Now it's my life. And I feel like every single moment, everything that we've been doing is ripping away and making that monster that I've always been afraid of get closer and closer to the service. I started this journey to try to find a way to control it, but my anger and my hatred have been welling up and burning even more. And that comment right there, you are so lucky that I'm exhausted and I have no more spells left, because I would burn your ass right now. So I definitely think for your sake and for my sake that we need time apart. And I'm going to go home and I am going to just be there, and I don't think I'll be back for a while. I'll see y'all in Auburnaeus, and if anybody asks where I am, don't tell them.
Rowan,
Yes, dear.
as this is happening and you guys are talking, you actually see a soldier, like a very raggedy looking soldier, like walking up towards you guys, and he's got this big bundle that he's like struggling to carry, like in his arms, and he walks up to you and he goes, Miss Dogsbane, you two with the Agents of Mayhem, yes?
Yes, we are.
I have a small, selfish request.
Okay.
And he opens up the bundle, and it's the head of Wildfire, and it goes, before it shut down, its last request was to be with you.
Was you
And we
singular
didn't
or
have
you
the heart to
as a
take it back. Especially not after the service that it performed.
Then we will take Wildfire home to the homestead. We'll bring him to Dak, and he'll always be with the Agents of Mayhem.
If it is all right with you, our scientists could turn him back on and maybe bring him back at some point, but they would need to keep examining him. If at any point you feel comfortable letting us know where you reside, please let us know. And then he hands it over to you, and it's like 100 pounds.
Rowan's gonna fall down. She can't carry 100 pounds. Ella's in.
But you see that basically it's the head unit, and it's a chunk of the chest, and you realize that basically the energy components that was keeping it up are gone, or basically destroyed, but everything that made Wildfire is intact.
So we'll let Tart decide that. Because I think he and Tart were the closest. I won't make any of those decisions, but I will pass it along to Dekla Tart.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, You can see he's clearly showing he's Garlean. He's got his eye exposed. He's rough. Like, you can tell he's beat up and he's psychologically damaged. And he goes, "Thank you for all that you did. It means everything to me to know that this place that I call home will continue to be as it is. And that my brethren did not die in vain. We'd all be gone if not for you. So thank you. The lady that you sent away, I couldn't help but overhear a little of your conversation. Would you like me to retrieve her for you? It's
Yes, please. And please, you've sacrificed so much, and you've done so many great things holding the line here to protect everyone else. Don't elevate our works, because you did so much. But I appreciate your words. Please go ahead and send her back, and then please go get some rest and find a healer just to make sure you're okay.
He stops and he says, "There is, if you truly mean that, there is one thing you can do for me."
What's that?
I heard you're going to Gridania. Could you tell my son I'm still alive? And that I'm
Wait a minute. You kind of broke up a second there. He heard I'm going where?
He said, "I heard you're going to Gridania. If you can find it in your heart, can you tell my son I'm still alive and that I miss him?"
What's your son's name?
My son's name is Marcus.
His name is Marcus?
His name is Marcus Anthony.
Okay. Where in Gridania is he?
He's the keeper of the Entwined Serpents now.
The keeper of the... I'm sorry. You're...
The keeper
of
he's
what?
the keeper of the Entwined Serpents now.
Entwined Serpents.
The
Okay.
personal bodyguard of Kane-sama.
Well, as long as I don't have to go talk to Kane-sana, I will definitely pass it along when I get back home to Gridania.
He just kind of looks down and he says, I don't expect him to visit, but I would like him to know that I'm alive. That I survived Cartno as well.
How could you survive both? How could you go back into it after Cartno? But
Cartno,
I
did
will...
what I did because I was trying to serve my emperor. This time, I wanted to make up for what I did wrong. And the gods know. I found so much to love in Eorzea.
Just keep finding things to love and keep going. And who should I didn't ever ask your name. What was your name?
My name is Titus. 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 Titus Anthony.
That's stupid. Crack turned it into pits. Okay. Well, again, I will pass it along to Marcus. Thank you for your service and everything you've done. But yeah, after you send Daniel back, please go get some rest.
I will. We have many bodies to prepare, but I will rest afterwards.
Sadly, they're not going anywhere. But if you don't get some rest, and if you all don't get some of it, then you might just add to the bodies there from the exhaustion.
We'll do what we can. He starts to walk away.
Rowan's got this big, giant robot head. Where did it? Is Colby's body with me, or is it still back at our quote unquote tent area?
It's back at the tent, but by the looks of it, as he walks away, Fandaniel starts coming with the body already prepared.
Okay. Rowan just watches as Fandaniel walks up.
She doesn't say anything. She just has her head hung and sets him down gently on the ground.
Rowan tries to maneuver Wildfire's head near Colby. As she looks up at Fandaniel and she goes, I can't say this without any other way of saying this, but with the exception of you, I hate the rest of you guys. I hate the Ascians. You're the only one I can stomach.
She doesn't.
Because you have a heart.
She doesn't respond at first. She just kind of looks up and she says, "The ones of us with hearts tend to be so busy elsewhere that we don't get a chance to make a difference where it really counts."
I just wish there were more visible ones like you. I would like to take you up on your offer. I'd like you to send me back to the homestead.
She nods and says, "I'd be more than happy to do that for you, Rowan. You all have earned any aid that I can provide."
Unfortunately, I now have another piece of equipment to go back with me as I pat Wildfire's head. It's kind of hard for me to lift, though.
She just...
I'm nowhere near the strength of Yedrin.
She just
I'm sure Fiona is probably stronger than I am.
She just gives you a very calm smile and takes it and cradles it in her arms. And she says, "This poor little one. I will make sure he gets where he needs to go. As I will make sure that Colby is where he needs to be. And you are where you need to be. I take it you want to return directly to your own home?"
Yes.
Very well. If you will.
And then I will do what I need to do, and then I will take myself to Gridania.
I understand. If you'll close your eyes and think of home, I will send you there. Rowan, if
Yes.
it is all the same to you, I will send a pair of my aides to assist you in preparing Colby's burial. It's not a burden that you should bear alone.
That would be very appreciative. Or rather, I would be very appreciative of that.
Indeed. I don't know if you've ever met 9 and 7. They will be happy to help you.
Can't say that I have, but I will be looking forward to seeing them.
She nods and she says, "Close your eyes now."
And I close my eyes and I see my home in our homestead up here.
As you do so, there's this faint warmth that surrounds you, and then this lightness around your body. And there's a whisper that says, "Open your eyes."
The whisper says what?
Open your eyes.
Okay. I open my eyes.
You do so, and you're back in your home.
Okay. Yeah, right. No place like home. So, I arrived there with, where's my house?
One moment. Oh God, I wasn't even. I forgot to move you over there. Ah! Fuck opera. That was my dick, baby. God damn it. Ow.
I hope it heals
Thank you.
before, before Valentine's Day.
It was right up. Fucking cockhead.
Oh, what? You didn't want it, Prince Albert? Those are so cool.
Do you need to like wear a cup? Jesus Christ!
Jesus. Fuck. Oh, your house is right here, Ron.
Well, I thought my house is near Cato's. I see Cato in his little tower.
Look where the brown pedestal is, where Natherite would be, and then look right.
Everything kind of shifted around a bit.
Just a little bit. It's over here.
We shifted around so everything wasn't so scrunched, and so it looked more like an actual, you know, sort of like townstead that you were building up.
Okay.
Plate tectonics.
Magic.
Magic bullshit.
Bullshit in the morning.
Well, I see Tart and Ark.
Okay, so go down the road to where the little wooden pedestal looking thing is, and then go right.
Wooden pedestal thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
And then over here.
Okay, I see that. Alright, so that's my house.
Yeah. It's the only stone house.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm just looking to see where I might want to put Colby.
okay. Well then, works. You are alone
Hello.
on the battlefield, or the remains of the battlefield now.
Just gonna like plops down into his butt.
Into the
This is not
snow.
my fault. This is all my fault. Why am I even still with them? All I'm gonna do is hold everyone back at this point. Fan Daniel, where is she?
She's still standing right there.
I don't even know anymore. I feel like I'm slowing everybody down. I feel like I'm holding them back. Feeling like, you know, I'm not needed. I'm good at one thing, and that's hitting things, and you know, even now I'm getting overshadowed by other people.
She just kind of looks at you and she says, "Have you ever heard the parable of the bigger fish?"
No matter how good you are, there's always someone better.
Yes.
Yeah, I just hope I wasn't this little of a fish.
The thing is, you grow the more you eat.
Well, I've been trying to eat, and I feel like I'm still barely keeping up.
You just have to continue trying. Works, and everyone has something about them that makes them special. You shouldn't be trying to be the best. You should just be trying to do your best.
Well, I try, and it doesn't get me very far. I mean, they could have won that entire battle without me. I could have not been there, and nothing would have changed.
I'm sure there have been battles that they couldn't have won without you.
Maybe outside the beginning of our adventure, but I don't know.
Worksend. There's always going to be days where you feel useless. There's going to be days when you feel like that you are a walking god. The important thing is to remember who you are and to never let those days change who you are.
Yeah, you're right. It's just days like this are harder to get through than the other ones,
She walks up and
and
calmly,
they seem to
like,
last a lot longer.
she calmly walks up and pats your shoulder and she says, "There will be hard days. I know. I've had a lot of them. But can I give you a small word of advice? Something to always remember with people.
Sure.
Pain and suffering is relative. And trying to compare your pain to somebody else's will never, ever win you someone else's heart. If I might make a bolder suggestion, maybe speak with Dacqua or Fionn about the finer points of oration. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
well-
good to flex other muscles aside from the ones of your body. Though she just kind of like holds her arms up and says, "I'm not really one to talk. I kind of can't work the muscles of my body anymore."
I didn't exactly grow up like them, where
No, but you're young. And you have much time to improve.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Now then, dear. Do you want to go home, or is there something else you want to do?
Can I be a selfish bastard for a little bit?
Worksent, you just had a major hand in helping save this entire planet. I would be honored to do you any favor that you desire.
Can you find my parents?
She's kind of looks a little taken aback and goes, "That depends on if you can provide a description and names and any idea where they might be."
Location, I can only tell you they're the Asm Step. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, well, that
was
narrows
the tribe-
things down considerably.
What was the tribe's name? Because my notes are all on my other computer. I didn't get a chance to transfer them over.
My notes are in my car, and I don't think I wrote that down.
Okay.
So,
We'll just say I give her the descriptions, the tribe name.
mhm.
Best of my memory.
I think it started with an O, but I'm not sure. It was like one of the ones that basically was already kind of like trading with Ishgard and some shit.
Yeah.
Okay. She just kind of nods for a moment, and she says, "Do you need anything else?"
Just to, I don't know. Don't want to go home. I need to go somewhere.
Am I breaking up?
No, I mean, I think tiny bits here
Possibly.
and there, but
It's when you get like really quiet on a sentence, it breaks off.
Well, I did turn my mic sensitivity down, so let's fix that. Test 1 2 3 4 5. Test 1 2 3 4 5.
6,
Test
7, 8,
1
9.
2 3 4 5.
It's a little better.
I can't help with roboting. That's probably connection issues. Anyway, you said you don't want to go home, so.
I don't want to go home, but I need to go somewhere.
Well, maybe you can figure out where you want to go after you go home.
Yeah. If anything, I'll just go spend a week in the woods.
Very well. Close your eyes.
Okay, close, envision home.
Boop. You're home.
Literally just walk into my room. Just drop all my armor as I'm getting in, just flop on the bed.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything else they want to take care of?
Other than what we discussed, no.
I might want to buy that one headband thing, but I'm still on the fence about it, so no.
Fiona, anything that you would like to do?
Hey,
Hello.
Sorry.
I mean, besides what we've covered in the background, Fiona is really, really busy with trying to take care of the soldiers for lack of any proper medics, so.
All right. So I'm going to say that 4 days pass, and you are now all back at the homestead, having taken care of your various issues. Dak, you now have a 100+ pound robot head.
He shall go in the study? Question
Put him in the
mark.
flowers. Make him a scarecrow.
I'm not gonna put him in the flowers because I can totally fuck up his circuitry.
Wasn't Fiona at the still out and about for like a week, you said?
We'll say it takes
So
about-
she's
I'd say she's like crashed at this point. She probably worked herself to unconsciousness.
and then she got up and did it again. And again.
Probably.
And again. So yeah.
Eventually,
They
just
sent her
sent her home.
She'll go home when everyone else is gone. She's made that clear.
I think Fat Daniel just didn't give her the choice. Just like on day 5, Fat Daniel was like, "No, go home."
Oh look, she's passed out for the 5th time in 5 days. Vroom, home, bed.
Bed, go snuggle with your wolf.
Puts Fiona in her bed. Skull's on top of her all of a sudden. How the fuck did I get here?
Oh, it's Fiona. Okay. Wolf noises.
Okay. So, or we can just say it's a week. What do you guys want to do? You want a solid week or do you want 4 days?
Solid week would be more than enough to get their stuff together.
I mean, we could do a week, and just like after like 3 days, just Works hasn't really said anything to anyone. Just kind of packs up a small bag and heads into the woods for a few days.
Stay out of my grove.
Okay.
Actually, no, visit the grove. Fun.
Okay, so after a week, you all are back at the homestead. It's quiet. Rowan, you have at this point, buried Colby, a pair of Asians helping you with the matter, a dark-skinned male with dreadlocks running down to his waist, and a sprightly pixie-ish woman, about Yedrin's height, basically do most of the work for you. They don't say anything the entire time. They won't answer any questions, but they happily acquiesce to any request you have.
So I'm taking Tart's suggestion, and the yellow tree by the water by the windmill, watermill, whatever you want to call that place, to the north of my house. That's where we're gonna bury him. I will have asked Tart to plant some flowers around there for him before I left to go to Gridania.
Okay.
Okay, and I think at that point I've already gone and talked to Kane and such about the stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay. He will get the snapdragons. He gets some nice snapdragon flowers.
Okay. Well, Grave is there now.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
as you all are kind of gathering yourselves together, having had your time to recuperate a little bit, do you all reconvene anywhere, or are you still kind of staying separate for this point in time?
How much longer until Albernaeus?
2 weeks and a couple days.
I'm sorry.
So, I'm not going to come back right away. I'll travel to Albernaeus separately. So, I will stay with my family and just be separated. Of course, I will have passed along the message. But for the most part, I'm pretty much just hiding in my room with all my doggies.
Aw.
Okay. Okay, so you do that. If you went to Opernaeus, I would ask, where are you staying during that time?
Where are you staying in Opernaeus?
Because I thought you said you went to Opernaeus.
No, I went home.
Oh, okay.
I was going to join everybody because I told Works that I was going to join everybody in Albernaeus.
Ah.
So I'm not going back to the homestead. I'm going to go from Gridania to Albernaeus when it comes time for the competitions.
Okay. Has anybody else got anything?
Rowan needs more than a week to recuperate.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they want to take care of in that week of downtime that is not shopping?
Fionn is mostly keeping to herself and not really showing her face outside unless someone knocks on her door. And she takes random visits out to Oldan, Gridania on occasion, also without notifying anyone.
Okay. So,
Takia, meanwhile, is doing his best to help around the homestead however much he can, and is pointedly not asking questions after seeing the dour looks on everyone's faces.
okay. So then, after a week of time has passed, everything has gotten calm, and you basically now have your heads back around you. Everybody that is not Rowan, please roll perception.
Do I? Since I'm kind of still in the middle of the woods until someone tells me otherwise.
I had
He told you
assumed-
otherwise.
I had assumed that you had come back from the woods after a week.
Okay.
Fiona, if you don't mind, can we ignore Takia? He's a cute little potato, but yes. Okay, so all of you To answer your question, Cam is licking her wounds after she got beat the fuck up by 3 primals. Okay, so everybody notices at this point you see a familiar looking figure walking alone up the road, kind of clacking along, holding a staff to her side. Though you also all are kind of painfully aware of how packed and crowded your land is at this point, recognizing that you have the Swords of the Departed, meaning you have Ardbert and co. all hanging around. You've got Ark and Adol around. You've got new workers hanging around. And you've got the Sons hanging around. Along with a bunch of like various merchants and other like tourists who are hanging about in the area. However, as you note this familiar looking person walking up, it is very clear at this point that you're seeing Kane-sana walking without guards onto your property.
Damn, and I'm not there to burn her ass?
It's kind of why I was asking, are you sure you wanted to leave?
I hope you don't mean literally, because Phelan would totally fucking counterspell that.
No, I think she means literally.
I don't know, do I want to be a part of this?
I don't think you want
It's
to.
completely up to you.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I just see Rowan getting a quarter. It's like, do I want to?
Flip a coin.
Heads, I burn her. Tails, I burn her.
Yeah, I went back home. It was evens, I stayed. Odds, I went back home. I went back home.
Okay.
So I guess I need to roll a perception, or can I leave it be?
I would say, would you like to roll a perception to see if you can find Marcus? And as a matter of fact, would you like to see if you found Marcus and ran into Kane-sana before she came out there?
Nope. I mean, I guess if I went to see Marcus and he was working and he was near Kane-sana, I'd have no choice.
Let's go ahead and say that it didn't happen, but you did find Marcus and you did let him know that his daddy is alive.
Okay.
Would you like to say anything particular about that, or?
I would just tell him how heroic and brave his father was, and that he loved him, and he was thinking about him.
Okay. He said he mentions that he's working, but at some point he would like to talk to you more about that.
And I would tell him I would be ready when he would be, as long as he knew where to find me, because I don't always know where I am.
He just kind of laughs and gets back to work. Anyway, all right. So, rest of the Agents of Mayhem. Kane-sana has entered your land. She's looking around. For those of you who rolled over 25,
Which is everyone but me.
Aw.
I said over 25, not at 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you note that she seems relatively impressed with your land. Like every now and then she'll look at something and be like, huh, okay. It's an interesting choice. But is otherwise kind of just calmly walking into it.
Wait, is she trying to be incognito?
No, she's not trying to hide it. She's like literally in her normal attire.
There's just no big fanfare about it.
Yeah. But she just didn't come with any guards or a retainer or anything. She just came on her own volition.
Or just sees her and just
Fiona looks through the window of her house, sighs, and steps outside, bags under her eyes.
Or
Elder
she's
Seed's
outside.
here, what a surprise.
Or he's outside just sharpening one of his lances. Sees her. Nope. Packs up and walks back into the woods for the day.
Okay.
I was gonna say, hey, Caesar looks around to see who's in the homestead, and then, after thinking a moment, this continues to relax.
I just imagine Works like starts walking in the woods. Yendrid watches Works walking in the woods, looks over, he looks back and goes, "Oh, reverse Godzilla," and just backs up into the lake.
Just, no.
Not worth it.
Putting on her best face, Fiona says, "So what do we owe the flesh?"
Kato, are you doing anything at this moment?
No, just kinda.
You are well aware of her presence.
It's just like, okay.
I must look at the stars. It's daytime. Yes.
Look at the big.
Therefore, I must look extra hard.
What's the matter, baby?
Okay. So, Fiona, she just kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, my child, are you alright? And forgive me, but honestly, Lady Dequois mentioned that I should see the land and that you all could use some therapy, so I decided to make a house call."
I see. Well, feel free to browse to your heart's content. Let me know if you have any questions. And do not worry about me. I have just put on my paperwork. She lies through.
You're trying to lie to the Elder Seedseer?
Yes.
Roll a bluff.
Oh.
You fail. She just looks at you and she like reaches out and full on mother grabs you by the ear. Young lady.
You are first.
Decisions were made. They were not good ones.
I calculated the risks. Boy, am I bad at math.
Which is odd. She's the best at math among us, probably.
She goes, "Young lady. It's not nice to fib."
Was it that obvious? Goodness, I'm out of practice.
She just looks at you and goes, "Fiona, have you looked in a mirror?"
I've been trying not to.
"Dear, half of your makeup is running down your neck. The other half may as well be in your hair. The bags are reaching down to your lips, around your eyes. And have you eaten in the last 3 days?"
A little.
"A little."
I haven't had much appetite. Still, changing the subject, your hyperbole is rather plain.
She looks at you and she says, "Hyperbole."
I'm confident I'm not that bad.
She holds
Kind
up
of
like
almost.
she holds up like a compact for you.
Okay, maybe a little that bad.
She says,
She on the side and prestidigitates herself.
just like starts pulling you towards Dak's house. Therapy.
Oh dear.
Consider it payback because your little therapist psychoanalyzed me.
Sorry, not sorry. I brushed her hair.
To be fair, I am not to be held responsible for the actions of my fellow agents. That can be laid to the group as a whole. Please stop telling us.
But a girl's day sounds nice.
Fair enough.
And I think she looks at you and she says, and with All Saints coming up, I think your nails look a lovely shade of orange.
Really? I always thought purple was more my color.
They both seem lovely, but I don't know. It's just I love the color of leaves. Purple just seems unnatural to me. And she just kind of looks a little bit. Reminds me of Dak's brother a little too much at times.
Speaking of Dak, I think a pumpkin shade would work wonderfully for her.
You think? You know, I was always thinking that she should release that inner vixen of hers and go with a bright red.
Aye, that'd quite something.
Match with her man's hair, you know?
Very true.
What did you say?
She said very true. She's not about to deny it.
At which point she lets go of your ear and takes you by the wrist. She's acting very much her age at this point, as she's like almost half skipping to Dak's house. Which point she like starts rapping on the door with her cane. And, like finally lets go of your wrist.
Dak kind of. It's like there's the little sound of like tap 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 as she scampers up to the door and then just peeks out. Oh, kind of thought Oh, has it already been that long?
She curtsies and she says, "Yes, Lady Dequois, it has been over a week."
Oh.
And by the looks of things, this is incredibly necessary.
Alright, she's just kind of like looking back into the house and then just kind of pulls the door open. I was prepping for a trip.
Don't worry, this is just for today.
Alright.
Remember, I have to be an operative as well.
Yes, I know.
Can you
Come in.
summon the rest of your companions? I have a feeling they need this as well.
The rest of them...
As you wish. Dion pipes up from behind Kane and puts a finger to her link pearl. Ring, 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 ring.
That's a better idea than I had. Hey!
Motherfuckers!
Hey, you guys!
Get over here! I have treats!
Attention agents. There's to be an impromptu meeting held at Dequois' house. Please come at your earliest convenience.
Well, my earliest convenience is tomorrow.
Just
I'll
see,
send
like,
the elder Seatsier out to act then.
you just see like Art comes out like half naked and you're like, should I go get him? And he's like rubbing his ear as he's like listening to the echo.
Somehow I think you'd object.
He'd object or I'd object?
Won't split.
You just hear, Ark, you can come out. I need a training partner.
Ark
Nice
thinks
chance.
for a moment and is like, Lady Kanisana, being that you still sort of more or less own me, is that okay? She just kind of like blinks and she says, Arcelis, Tia, I am not your mother. I am not your owner. You are your own man. And you can do as you very well please.
I've been trying to tell him that.
However, I will, as your direct superior and someone who commands respect, request that you put a fucking shirt on.
Please. We've been trying to get him to do that so long. All long.
Ark just looks at you and says, I have caught you looking more times than I can count.
Dax pointedly not looking.
He unsticks her tongue out.
He sticks it back out at her and he says, I'll go kick his ass. We'll get all our emotions out. Walks out. Very pointedly not putting his shirt on, but grabbing his coat.
Thank you. That one Lala fellow seems to have wandered off towards Apaneus, so you're the one we can count on.
I mean, we could have asked Gawain or Percival or Ardbert.
Yeah, but those two seem to hit it off rather well, so...
At that point, Adol just like kind of scampers out. He's like, I'll go make treats. You all enjoy. Do you need me to get Kato or Yedrin?
I'm here.
Trundle,
Says as he
trundle,
walks in the door.
And he says, although he kind of taps his fingers and he looks embarrassed and he says, I knew I forgot something. I'm sorry, Dak.
Huh?
I knew she was coming. I made lemon squares.
Oh. Okay. I have brownies on the counter. But yes.
He just kind of, he's like, you all do your thing. And she's like, you see Connie just kind of like look him up and down for a second and then look back at Dak and give like a very approving nod.
Just kind of
He
looks at Kane-san and just gets a little flustered look on her face. Like, what? Stop.
Like,
He makes
back off.
lemon squares. An excellent choice.
That's probably like, back off, bitch. She's mine.
No.
Just grabs a bottle, smashes it.
Either way, Dick
I will
leads
punch you.
Kane and Fiona and Kato over to her
What?
big freaking thing of couches.
What about it?
I was gonna say probably going.
Oh, go get your goat.
I'm ruined.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought I was still muted. I must have hit a button.
That's
Cool.
okay. Anyways, I was gonna say just this body gets back in the link pool. I'll be over there shortly. If I might as well clean up a bit before heading over.
Yeah, we don't want you tracking lake water in.
You know, that's easily fixable.
Rowan comes over very slowly. Her dragon's on her shoulder. She hasn't put him away. She doesn't care anymore.
Okay. So, Rowan is there now?
Yeah, I thought she went to Gridania.
No, we remember
I don't
odds.
care either way.
No, remember I rolled odds, so I went home and I rolled my perception. So yeah, I'm there.
Oh! I was thinking home at your parents' house.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, no, I think Dad might have kicked me out for a little bit. I don't know.
This is your home, but go home.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just don't bring your friends. Leave that refrigerator raider away.
It's so long ago.
Go.
Are you
it's kind of like, the tree. It's just you don't
Yeah.
forget it,
Yeah.
Excuse me, my back just started hurting.
or it's like Yedrin sleeping with Fenrir.
Yeah.
No, Yedrin being paid to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just doing that would not have been a big deal, but prostituting that shit.
Look, Yedrin got paid a nice sum of money for the time we were at. So...
Yeah, I bet you right now, after paying all that money for the axe, Yedrin's hoping that Fenrir is going to be there. Hey, how you doing? How much you got in that pocket?
Shake
Anyway.
that tail.
Anyway, so yes, so Rowan is just quietly. She was on her porch when Connie came up and wasn't really paying attention. She went back to reading because she got some reading material when she was at home in Gridania. But she's made her way over, and again, baby's on her shoulder.
Connie looks at you and she bows and she says, "Oh, Lady Darksbane, I did not expect you, but I'm very glad for your presence."
I'm sorry, wasn't this for the Agents of Mayhem?
Yes, it was, but I had heard you were in Brianna.
Yes, I was. I visited with one of your men, I visited with my parents, and now I'm here.
Well, I'm glad to see you. I have a feeling that we all have much to say to each other and much that needs to be said. Regardless, shall we go inside? No reason to stand in a doorway, yes?
And
I'll give you
Dak just keeps, scuttling them over to the couches because she got couches and whatnot big enough for everyone to be able to sit.
I will go put on some tea.
As you go do that, you walk into the kitchen, Fiona, and you can see on the counter there's lemon squares and brownies and these little pie tarts that are filled of blueberries and raspberries and topped with little rolling berries with little doppels of cream.
Fiona calls back, "Dax, should I bring these out?"
Yeah, I can come get them.
Connie-san then looks up and she says, "Lady Dekwa, I do not wish to be a rude guest by any means, but I have a feeling that an alleviation of stress would probably be most welcome for all of you right now. Do you mind if I change the scenery slightly?"
No, go ahead.
At that point, she taps her staff to the ground, and as she does so, the room kind of turns circular for a moment, with a doorway that leads into the kitchen that Fiona can look in and out of, and the area begins to smell like a lavender candle burning. You can hear the faint trickling of water, and you look over at your couches as they continue to sit there, but now the floor is just this field of cut flowers beneath you, very soft and soothing to your feet. Even though they're flowers, it feels like you're walking on not a cloud, but what is the word I am looking for? Processed sheep wool. It's got a slight texture to it, and it kind of squishes beneath your feet slightly.
Actually sounds really nice.
Felt?
No, not felt. Too scratchy.
Cotton.
The thing that I was thinking, the process where the cotton goes through the gin.
Milled cotton.
Yes, like that, like milled cotton. It's soft, it's comfortable. You can kind of get these little whiffs of incense coming off here and there, and you look up and you can feel the warmth of the sun hitting your skin, even though it's not. And she says, "Okay, now that we have Said this. She sits
Rowan
down.
grumbles. Yeah, sure. Flowers. Put flowers near the burning chick. Let them melt. Let them wilt. Yeah, that makes sense.
She sits down, folds her hands, takes a very deep breath. And looks up and says, Daquan told me what happened in great detail. I was also made aware of what happened before she arrived, to a smaller extent. And being that I was firsthand at Carteneau, I can imagine what it was like. And I have my own hang-ups and my own guilt about this, but today is not about me. Today is about you all. And making sure that your needs are met. She looks down and then looks up at Kato and says, Master Hailstorm,
Yeah.
how would you describe what you saw? And how do you feel right now?
Which part of what I saw?
All of it together. In fact, before you answer that, how do you feel currently? How do you feel about life and about who you are?
Little shaken up by what's been happening, but not too bad considering.
Then you
I mean,
are-
I'm still alive, so can't complain too much.
then you are very strong compared to many of us. I don't know many people who walked away from Carteneau feeling glad that they were the ones that survived. But we also need people with that mentality who will continue to pick up and keep living for everyone's sake.
In this line of work, it's kind of necessary.
She nods, says, is there anything bothering you at all?
I mean, there's a few things going on with Yadrin that are a little... But
We'll speak with her when she arrives.
it's not her, it's the things inside her.
There's a, scrunching of her face, and then she looks around and goes,
We've all got our demons. Hers are literal demons.
she goes,
Rowan just starts shaking her head. We need to put a muzzle on him.
I was thinking that she got pregnant.
No.
No.
And I was concerned.
Not that we're aware of.
And I was concerned for a moment because I thought Worksend was with Rowan, and that you, well, weren't interested.
I'm not. The thought of that just makes me laugh. But onto your first question. The most accurate word I know of to describe what I saw is, well, pardon my language, but a clusterfuck.
War is generally described in such terms.
Even before we got in there, that was intense.
As the old saying goes, sometimes when it rains, it pours. Life can be strange and unpredictable. I am glad that you can see the positive of being alive in this, Master Hellstrom. I will admit I do worry for how easily that has come to you. And
It's kind of taught among my people.
so it's a cultural thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
And when was the last time you visited your family?
A couple days ago.
Very well. Do you have anything else you wish to share?
Not off the top of my head.
Alright then. Miss Starksbane, I would posit the same question to you at the moment. How would you describe your own feelings?
Question I would rather not answer.
I will not force it.
Good. There's a gravestone out back. A dear friend of mine there. And to say it was a clusterfuck was probably putting it mildly. That's all I have to say about that.
You were not born a child of war or a soldier or any manner of adventurer before this, were you?
Not at all. For this, I was sequestered with your conjurers, trying to maybe try different magic, and then I got sent off and was sequestered with the Thermitage Guild. So, yeah. Now all I've known is devastation, and all I feel is anger. And not feeling very happy feelings toward you at all right now.
And I don't blame you for those. I deeply failed my people. I failed to... She sighs and says, "Yes, Opera, hello. Come here."
How many times are you going to fail? First you're failing the Dusk Rites with your own people in Gridania. You can't even seem to keep that under control. Then, even in the words of the angry green elemental, you only sent one white mage. And by the time anybody else arrived, it was too late to do anything. There were hundreds of bodies littered everywhere. faces we've known, faces we've seen, people we've loved, people we just met in passing.
She looks up
And
she says,
yet I'm sure that you, as a speaker to nature, probably were well aware of more of what was going on and should have seen more of the urgency instead of just sending one small group up there.
as we tried. Many times, Miss Darksbane.
Little too late.
We had been trying for months beforehand. And we had been told, time and time again, that if we sent any affiliated conjurers or white mages into Varillian lands, that it would be considered an act of war. Miss Darksbane, I will never stop hurting myself for the loss of life it experienced, for not sending people regardless of what we had been told, for not risking it. But on the same end, I was not ready to repeat the Autumn War, and I certainly was not ready to put your family and everyone else's in Gridania's in danger of being pincered between the Varillians and the Garleans at the same time. Have you forgotten that we are the forefront of our war with Garlemald? That we are
And yet-
all that is between the rest of Eorzea and their machines. And yes, Gaius is a sweet man who did not deserve to lose the men that he did, and deserves so much more than what he has, and that we have lost so much by losing parts of the 14th, by losing the Varillians who were there to sacrifice their lives, and the Ishgardians who did the same. I am not asking you to say I am blameless in those deaths, but I am asking you to understand that my choice was either an unknown devastation or the complete destruction of Gridania.
Rowan just looks at her like, you could have tried harder.
And what would you have had me do?
Well, I mean,
went looking for what unaffiliated white mages that I could find. Lady Dequois was the only one that I knew of. Do you know the last time that we've had an elemental that one white mage couldn't handle?
of course, it doesn't help that the Ascians were involved as well. But with just the way Dak was communing with nature, when nature ripped off her skin because it was so angry and nearly basically maimed her before we even got there, that should have been proof enough that we needed more assistance faster than we got it.
And how do I
Rowan
communicate-
mentioned-
But
Is
I'm
that-
done. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I've answered your question. Now I'm going to sit here with my dragon and just wait for everybody else.
When Rowan mentions Dak's hand being flayed, basically, she just starts rubbing them together nervously.
Connie stops for a moment. She shakes her head and she says, I won't take any criticism you have of me, Miss Darksbane, as it is likely well warranted. But more than anything, This has been the first time you've experienced this. And I do not wish to see you suffer as so many after Cartano did, after the Autumn War did, of being haunted so utterly and completely that it ate away at them and rendered them husks. And
Rowan just looks at her and says, I remember just now saying I don't want to talk anymore. Move on to the next person.
very well. Lady Eliswa, it's very clear that you're working yourself to exhaustion. That you're not taking care of yourself and whatever needs that you have. So, what is going through your mind right now?
I think Fiona has to actually be taken out of the kitchen before she can actually...
I would assume that she's come back after Rowan's thing, if for no other reason than to grab Rowan by her ears and like, no, bad.
Rowan said her piece, said how she felt. Is that not what Connie asked? And then when she was done, she told her she was done and to move on. I didn't burn her ass like I wanted to, so be happy.
Thank you for not burning my house.
And everyone in it.
I
All right,
really
all right.
like my house.
First, as soon as Fiona comes in, she's making a will save to disbelieve.
Okay.
Making a will save for what?
To disbelieve.
Everything's intact.
Fiona looks around, sighs, and places the teapot, and the sweets on the table before taking a seat. Indeed, what is going through my mind? Numerous scenarios where if just one thing was different, things could have been better or so much worse. Ways that could have mitigated this impact. Means that could have saved many more. And more than anything, learning what Cartano was like after I was spirited away by Archon Louiso's magic.
You don't have to remind me of that. I was there dragging people out from underneath the wreckage of Dalamud.
Indeed. Fiona smiles knowingly, though also very numbly, half dead. By the gods, he was just a boy. Is that not one thing he recorded as fame?
Yes, and he has grown into a fine man.
I'm rather glad.
As I was just a girl at the time.
Indeed.
I was 16.
I'm glad that your Marcus at least is doing quite well.
It is hard to be an adult before your time.
I can certainly agree.
Just shakes her head.
And I can certainly understand how you felt after Cogno. When I saw what needed to be done after the Green Rats impact upon the myriad forces, that of all people the Ashians convinced to work together.
Strange bedfellows, war makes.
Indeed.
It's bad enough that I have to look in a mirror of myself every time I look at your face, Sally Swan. But it hurts even more knowing that you are walking the same self-destructive path I did. Beating yourself up for things that you had no control over. For making hard decisions that no one likes. And even more, cursing yourself for not saving everybody, even though it was impossible.
I'm trying to make penance working yourself to the bone. Until you couldn't even feel your own hands anymore.
Until
I'm
your
not by
aether
the
was
cold.
so stretched thin that it snapped like a twig. And you passed out. And then you got up and you did it again. And again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
Until finally someone drug you away.
Feel not solemnly. Had they not, I'd probably still be there to this day.
Then you probably would have gotten sick. And needed to be
Or
cared
worse.
for. And watched over. And would have taken away resources from the very people you were trying to serve.
I would have refused care at that point.
And they would have held you down and given it to you anyway.
I'm a grown woman. I'm able to make my own choices. And my choice was that if they had to do anything to me, it would be to bury me along with the rest after I worked myself dead.
Sadly, they would have never let it happen. Because you, like me, became a figurehead. Something that gave them hope. Something that they could dream of at night. A goddess, a political figure, a savior, what have you. And they needed that. And they weren't
But in
ever
truth,
going
I know
to
no such
let it
thing.
go away. I was
I'm
a
just one woman.
16-year-old girl forced to be a war leader. You're a woman grown with your own problems and merely as spoken like anyone else, just as I am. No more important than any of those soldiers on that battlefield. But you were put on a pedestal. And they needed
What
you
I
there.
was doing was trying to make amends for those I've lost in the past.
And when does it stop, Lady Eliswa? When do you make amends to yourself? When do you let yourself rest and be cared for by the people that love you?
In truth, I'll consider rest when I pass.
When you what?
When I pass on.
The fact that you're only considering it at that point has me a little more concerned.
At that point, Connie just looks up very calmly and says, "And how would your skull feel to hear you say that? Or Agitor? Or Notcraft? Timaeus? Lady Decroix, how does it make you feel to hear that? Or Works? Okado? Or Yedrin? Lady Darksbane?
Am I even there yet?
Actually, no, Works, you're not. She mentioned your name, but you're busy getting your ass kicked by Ark.
Am I at least putting up a fight?
Yes.
Okay.
You're trying to.
Though
It's
he's
not-
not holding back, and he has shown that he can diamond back now.
Oh no.
No way. He's not
Honestly,
just putting me on a pedestal as well. My other mages who can take an apprenticeship under me while I'm still alive. And learn to summon those. Just like Khan taught me.
Excuse me.
Or I suppose it was never Han himself who taught me.
Lady Eliswa, you'll find, even though that some people may hate you from time to time, that you will carry scorn and self-hate yourself. Sometimes being put on that pedestal allows you to do far more good than just being a healer ever will. And that everyone, regardless of their station, regardless of their actions, or anything else, deserves a chance to be happy, deserves peace. I'm asking you for the sake of your friends, your loved ones, your summons, and for everyone out on that battlefield to live and to take care of yourself. Because you, like everyone else here, were probably on the forefront of their minds of people they wanted to protect. As you were family in that moment.
As much as it sometimes seems easier to not be like that.
I couldn't hear.
As much as it sometimes seems like it'd be easier not to be so cared for. I suppose you're right.
She just
If I am to be a figurehead, I may as well perform it to the best of my abilities.
Right. Lady Eliswa, if you ever need someone to talk to who can relate, I will be available for you.
Thank you kindly.
And more than anything, I want you and the agents to find peace and happiness in whatever that you do. Because the realm needs more like you. People that do things out of love for other people rather than just a sense of duty or a pursuit of wealth. This realm needs heroes. And right now, even more than the Scions, you all are heroes.
It's funny to hear that. Being called a hero. We all had our reasons to do it, but I suppose by the end of the day, it was to protect the realm.
She just smiles. Do me a favor, Lady Eliswa.
Yes.
Take a long, hot bath. Hold your lover tightly and sleep. And let out all the emotions you don't want to share with me or the world out to him. And cry until you can't anymore.
Kian just nods at this point beyond words.
Lady Dekwa.
At this point, Dak had been trying to busy herself with serving tea to everyone and just kind of like jolts up. Yes?
I believe that we had talked before as you came to me. But how are you feeling at this point?
I'm feeling a little better. I'm trying to busy myself with things around the homestead, but I've been having nightmares the entire week, and I'm not doing great, but I'm trying to keep it together, to be quite honest. Before I leave for a week.
Well, it is good to keep yourself busy within moderation. And you don't seem as tired as you were before.
That's mostly on Date's part. He has been very good about making sure I sleep.
She just kind of laughs a little bit. She says, "You always did have a way of finding people to take care of you. As people who needed to be taken care of always tended to find you."
I don't need to be taken care of. Appreciate it all the same.
It wasn't a dig Lady Deckwaw.
No, I know. I know.
Just a statement that you have a way of bringing out the best in people.
That's all I could ever ask for, honestly.
And you always do your best. I have to admit that I don't know if I could have done any better if I had gotten myself into that incident. I don't know if I could have done what you did. I don't know if I would have frozen up in terror at the sight of something like that or not.
I will be quite honest, the only reason I didn't was because I had the others with me. And I will say this now. I would not have had the fortitude to do anything for that Green Wrath without all of you there. And I wish that you all knew how much I appreciate you being with me and everyone together, and I'm sorry about the things that have happened, Rowan. And I'm sorry I left you there, Fionn. I should have stayed.
Dak, it was my choice.
All the same, I'm a healer, and I froze, and I panicked. And like a small child, I cried that I wanted to go home.
You already experienced Cardinal once. Why would I want you to experience it again?
I could say the same for you.
Except I wasn't. The Archon spirited me away before I could do anything.
You were still there.
Lady Eliswell, there's no reason to take away from the pain and suffering that you likely experienced as a result. Regardless of if you saw the aftermath or not, you were still there when it burned. You saw the impact, did you not?
You're right. I saw the impact. I saw the dread one. I saw everything burning. And then I saw the realm. After 5 years, reportedly. It was
That's
quite jarring.
the thing, Lady Eliswell. No matter how small the pain or how great it is, we cannot invalidate our feelings just because someone may have it worse or better. We must recognize that it's relative and be supportive. You suffered, as so many others did, and you deserve that same happiness. You deserve a chance to let go and to forgive yourself.
Either way, I'm sorry. Which is pretty much all I can say. And it probably sounds hollow, but I'm so sorry.
You needn't apologize. You did nothing wrong.
I do believe, though, that we have one more person to speak to before I stretch my welcome out too far. Mistress Hunt, I will ask the same question of you that I asked of everyone else. And then I will ask something more specific that I had meant to ask you and Worksend. How do you feel after everything that has happened? Does it bother you? Or I know so little about you compared to everyone else. Are you used to war and pain like this, and it does nothing to see all of this happen?
I'll be a little crude and upfront and admit straight up. I feel little for all this. Admittedly, I probably feel more for how close everything came to the end than I feel for the aftermath. Maybe it would be different if I did see the battle itself, but
I understand.
just seeing the bodies meant little to me, and I'd maybe say a word to like 2 of them.
She nods for a moment, and then looks up and says, Yadrin, when was the last time you saw your family?
Thinks deeply for a moment. And it's out of character, excuse me, as I try and find notes. Because I...
Is when she was born an acceptable answer?
So glances at Carlo. I'll admit, I think the last time I saw them was, at a rough guess, close to 14 years ago. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Time was hard to keep track of for a stretch.
Dax just got big wide eyes looking at Yedrin like, what the
She says, have you made any attempts to reunite? Do you want to?
I have had thoughts towards the subject, but where they are is a bit of an issue to reach. The most I've been able to do since I've started making some more money is send gifts.
And she finally heads in and says, and do you have anyone besides the agents to support you to rely on? Do you... I mean, how do you deal with hard days? With your problems that you can't solve on your own?
I'll admit, I don't have anyone to confide in, or at least haven't had anyone for a long time. And that I have seen. My way of dealing with things has been varied. But it usually comes down to just stop caring.
She grimaces very faintly at that. Says, I could understand being numb or just unempathetic because they were faceless to you. I've dealt with many soldiers like that. I don't know how to respond to this because it's new to me. You said you have varied ways of dealing with pain. What do you do?
Really, it's hard to explain. I mean, the best way to put it is the best way to put it is various ways to just stop looking back. Whether it's forgetting it, or not even thinking about it, or just concentrating on the now, or maybe sometimes tomorrow.
She kind of nods a little bit and says, I will have to think on what you just said, Miss Hunt. For now, I feel that my welcome has worn itself out. Lady Eliswa, please remember that you are important to people, and that it hurts them to see you like this as well. Lady Dequa, remember your own importance as well, and how loved you are. And more than anything, none of this is your fault. Master Hailstrom, you're strong and you're intelligent. And people care about you far more than you realize. Maybe let them in and speak more with them, and you'll find yourself happier as a result. Lady Darksbane, I apologize that I cannot be the woman that you want me to be, nor the leader that you want me to be. I can only endeavor to improve. And that I will count this among a long list of failures against you that I already have. And Mr. Hunt, I will endeavor to help you in any way that I can in the future. I know not what to say to you right now, for I feel that none of my words would be able to help, as they are based on empathy and emotion and pain that I have felt. but I can at least, in some capacity, help you find your family again. And as I did not get a chance to speak with Master Worksend, I know not what ails him.
Wait a second.
Yes?
Did she just say she was gonna help me find my family again?
No, she would help
Hunt.
Hunt find her family.
Okay, I got confused. I didn't hear. Okay, I was like, huh?
It's okay. And as I did not get a chance to speak to Master Worksend, I only hope that he is alright in Arcelus's delicate hands.
Ark won't hurt him much.
Much.
Nothing that'll be broken anyway. Besides his
Well,
pride, maybe.
Nothing that can't fix.
Roll of Fortitude works.
I think that won't be fixed by a couple days in bed.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. But yeah. So she bows, unwinds the illusion, takes a single lemon square, and sighs.
You'll take more than just that.
She goes, I will see you all in Apernaeus. I look forward to watching you all perform. And Lady Dequois, if your cooking is anywhere near as good as it was last year, I would be exceedingly happy to judge it once more.
Alright.
Lady Connick, before you go, please take more than just the one. You need to take care of yourself as well. And that means indulging a bit from time to time.
And Date will be very disappointed if he knew you only took one.
She looks up and laughs a little bit, and she says, at Lady Dequois' insistence upon her last visit, I had overindulged myself in many things.
Oh.
But if you insist, I will take 3 and
Alright.
space them out. But in doing so, I request that you two indulge as well.
Words will be done, Bjorn says, cracking her eye.
And as she starts to leave, she stops and she says, Lady Darksbane,
Rowan just sat there and said yes.
would you be so kind as to show me the gravestone so that I may adorn it?
Certainly. Rowan gets up and she motions to the door to let Connie Sana go first.
She bows and walks out, then holds the door for you.
Rowan steps out and she goes, "Oh, let's go take a walk. It's over by the water."
And she just starts walking. She follows you.
Rowan's not going to say much.
She doesn't try to talk either. She just walks.
When we get over to the gravesite, the baby goes onto the tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
He makes little sounds.
There's little flower sprouts around the grave area.
At that point, Kane-sana kneels, puts one hand on the gravestone. She reads it, and then she begins to speak. She says, "Oh God, oh holy matron, I ask you in your infinite wisdom and your loving embrace to take this man who served you and the realm as deeply and as passionately as he could. I ask you to give him rest, and above all else, as was his wont, to walk him into the court of Azima, so that the Empress may eternally shine her light upon him, so that he may finally bask in the sun that he was denied in life. I ask you, more than anything else in this moment now, that he be allowed rest and peace, that he be not called upon again, and that wherever he be, that he may find happiness, and that he may watch upon those that he loved in life, and see that they are taken care of and happy as well. By your name and the 12, I beseech. At which point she stands, she reaches down and runs her hand over the relatively new soil and lets a few flowers grow, and then sits down and spends the next 2 hours making a wreath of sunflowers before putting it around Colby's grave in a ring, then dusting herself off and bowing to Rowan.
Rowan has started to cry again. And she bows back, and then she just settles back onto, besides Colby's grave.
She puts a single hand on your shoulder. Just kind of a knowing pat of understanding. And she doesn't say anything else until she finally begins to move away, and she says, "Do take care of yourself, Lady Darksbane."
Rowan doesn't answer her.
You said she just turns her head?
Oh, she just nods her head.
She...
It's not that she doesn't speak, it's that she kind of can't speak.
Right. She says, "It won't ever get easier. I won't give you flowered words for anything like that. But we can."
Rowan just kind of like cocks her head to the side, thinking that's all she's been doing for the last few hours is honeyed and flowered words to everybody.
That's what therapy is.
Well, I know, but you know, she just says she won't do it. She just says she won't do it yet. She's just spent the last how long doing that already. So she's like,
well, she's not gonna
like,
do.
really...
She's not gonna do it at a gravestone, or tell her it's like, oh, it gets easier. No, it doesn't.
therapy.
Mood
Steak
entirely.
lady.
Mood entirely
There.
ruined.
Oy. I'm just, that was what's going on in my head. It doesn't mean I actually said it, but I'll look at her like, bullshit, lady. Like, you just did that for the last few hours. So she just will continue to nod, and she will go back to her morning.
She leaves at that point.
And the weird thing is, if she turns around and looks back, she'll see that Rowan has a book of kind of like Eorzean fairy tales, and she's reading them to Colby.
Aww.
I mean, because he told her stories, so she's telling him stories.
I'd say you spend until nightfall reading stories to his grave. And the more you speak and the more you tell these stories, the more you note that there's little lights coming out of the sunflowers.
Okay. What, did the fairies come and visit or something?
Yes, actually.
The fairies are always there.
The fairies are basically just the ones that Dak brought back from Amphidoor, just kind of like listening to you read.
Okay. I'm now reading to fairies and a dead body. Nice. And a baby dragon. All in a day's work.
Alright, so you've had your little therapy session. Works.
Yes.
How serious do you actually want to spar with Ark?
Not like a full-on battle, but kind of like, I need to let off steam, and you're one of the few that actually enjoy fighting.
Y'all are rumbling.
Okay.
Kind of like going into like a fist fight at this point.
Bare knuckle boxing.
Ark just German suplexes him.
Like I can imagine to works. Ark is kind of like,
So
I don't need to say I don't need to say anything, just
Okay, you just want to bare knuckle with him?
yeah.
Okay, roll a d20.
Because it's like, he doesn't need to say anything. He'll probably figure Ark will pick up just what's going on just by, how he fights.
Okay. Ark is not a fist fighter by any stretch of the imagination. You basically wail on Ark for an hour. He doesn't show any pain, but it's very clear that you're a more skilled fighter in this area. He's more about magic and mobility and things of that nature. And being that you're an Aram male, you've probably got an extra foot of reach on him.
It's the first that's happened in my life.
So yeah, you batter Ark around until he finally gets fed up and like asks if you're done.
Just pants a little bit and just like sits down on a stump.
Which roll a perception though.
Okay. What's with the tens?
Don't know. It's kind of funny. Mr. Average. To quote Yu Hakusho works, you get that Yusuke feeling during that final fight where you're like, am I punching a fucking tire? And you have seen Ark's body before, but this is the first time where you've ever actually like fully examined just his upper body, and it's clear how fucked up this individual's life has been. There's more scar tissue on his torso than there is torso.
Oh, so he's Vash the Stampede.
No. He's more guts.
Uh,
And likewise, you could probably tell that, like, based off the stuff that he does, that he's essentially negated your ability to deal damage to him with your fists. But he's still getting tired. And it's frustrating to him because he wants, it's clear he wants to help you, but he doesn't know how to do this without hurting you or completely invalidating your feelings. And he's trying, he's doing the best he can, but he doesn't feel good enough.
just Brooks just kind of sits on the wall and it's just like, oh, I don't know what to do, man. I don't.
Do you think I know what to do?
I don't know, but for some reason, and I don't know why, I feel like I can talk to you better than most others. He pulls out like a canteen, kind of just hands it over to him.
What's this?
Just water.
Good. And he starts to take a few drinks and hands it back. He goes, I mean, there are times that I feel that I need to just punch somebody and let it all out. Azu is usually good for that, but he always punches back.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised you didn't punch me through a tree.
Probably couldn't. To be honest, I'm not that strong, Larks.
Or blast you through a tree or whatever, but...
And what fucking good would that have done?
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate, at least humoring me for a little while.
Buramati deserved a little bit of time to do her thing. It's weird. The fact that I'm willing to actually call them by name at this point is odd enough. So maybe just a chance to, I don't know, experiment, to show myself I'm still in control. It's just as therapeutic for me as it is for you.
Oh, good. If I feel the need to punch something again, I'll call you.
Don't push your luck.
A one-time deal?
Less a one-time deal and more of, I think we both have to be in the mood for it.
That's true. Either way,
could go find the smiley Lalafell. I'm sure he'd always be up for it.
Yeah, problem is I can't hit him. He's too small. If you're gonna say date, I think Dak would have
No, I was gonna say a real Goliath versus a ladybug situation.
Yeah, well, I wrestled him before, and I think he'd be the Goliath.
Just kind of laughs again, and he goes, well,
One last One last question before you go.
Yes.
I've been thinking about what you said about me and Rowan. Do we really just bring out the worst in each other? Because I think I saw a bit of my worst side the other day. I don't expect her to forgive me, and honestly, she deserves a lot better than me.
Ark looks up and leans way back. Do you want my full and honest opinion on this? Because
I don't want it.
Because I'm going to hurt your feelings.
I don't want it, but I think I need it.
All right. You and Lady Darksbane do not know yourselves well enough to be in a relationship with anybody, let alone each other. Rowan has so much anger boiling up inside of her that she's going to burn whoever she's with. And it doesn't take a whole lot to set it off. Until the time that she has found herself and how to control that, all the relationship is extra stress. And it's going to cause explosions.
Yeah.
For you,
I should have brought whiskey out.
yes, you should have. For you, Worksend, you have so many of your own issues tying you down that you're not prepared for a relationship. Your own self-confidence is so utterly lacking that I look at you and I have to ask, do you even love yourself? And if you can't do that, how can you love anybody else? Because part of being in a relationship is caring for yourself enough to the point that you have the energy to let another person into your life and care for them. And while you are an excellent friend, Worksend, I don't know if you have the capability to care for yourself enough to not be a burden on another person in a relationship.
No.
You also have a bad habit of not thinking about other people's emotions before you speak.
Yeah,
Or
I've been
making
told.
it a contest. When there are many times people just want to be heard or held.
Yeah. It didn't sing as much as I thought it would.
Look. You have currently a very naive and childlike outlook on love, and while it can be a beautiful and powerful thing in its own right, love and relationships at the end of the day are work. They require nourishing. They require effort. And more than anything else, they require a selflessness that comes with time. And I have to ask you if you wish to continue building on this relationship that you have with Rowan. What is your intention? Where do you want it to go? And more than anything else, how will you provide for her? Or help her?
Now that's done. Yeah. But you're right. Well, if anything else, I appreciate the honesty and at least putting up with me for a bit.
I'm nothing if not brutally honest. I'm also
Sometimes
nothing
really-
if not a fuck up, so don't take my word as law.
Well, sometimes the brutal honesty is not wanted, but it's needed.
There was an old saying that some of my brothers used to tell me that a friend will be there for you and support you. The best of friends will tell you you're a moron and try to help you fix it. In much more crass words.
He just kind of, puts his hands on his knees and stares back. It's kind of funny to think at one point, I thought you were the biggest douche in the world.
Oh, I am. I very much am.
Well, for what it's worth, Ark, you're alright.
I try.
And for what it's worth, I'm glad you came back with us.
He just smiles.
Because unfortunately, I think if I sparred with Yedrin, I'd be halfway across the lake by now.
I think you're correct in that assessment, and I think that would go doubly for me.
Alright, well, when you say we head back, I'm starting to get a little hungry.
Agreed. He stands up, dusts himself off, and looks around and he says, Works, I don't say this enough. I probably will never say it enough. You, and Kato, and Yadrin, Fionn, Dak, and even for all our differences and for her anger, Rowan, are my family. And even though I have an excessively large family,
Yeah, how do you just have, one birthday in the year and just kind of call, okay, here's for everyone?
no. I tell my siblings happy birthday.
Okay.
And my mother
I meant,
and
I
my
meant
father.
growing up. I mean, that must have been hard to keep track of.
My dad had a book.
Huh.
We all actually have a book, so. But yes, I'm proud to call you all my family. And I'm more than willing to do what it takes to make my family happy. And to protect you all.
He stands up and puts his arm on Ark's shoulder. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Including you. Because honestly, I'm pretty sure what they were going through down there, I think this worked a lot better for me. Because honestly, I do feel better.
Well,
Now, enough of this mushy crap, because honestly, I'm not that great with it. I'm hungry. Let's head back and see if we can get some grub.
the girls behind the counter will probably be more than willing to cook something up. So,
Oh, good, because I feel like I can eat an entire chocobo.
just kind of grimaces a little bit. Can I just get a steak?
Expression.
Just bad reminder.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever watched a giant bee lady eat a chocobo with a mouth that came out of her thorax?
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
One day we're just going to take all those, stories that you have, and we're just going to write like a horror novel series. Make millions.
Ark thinks about it. Just he doesn't respond. He just walks in. With that, does anybody else have anything else they want to do for the day?
No.
Nah.
I assume I'm gonna get my shit together and go off with Date into the woods.
Okay, you and Dick go hunting.
I was going to talk with Rowan real quick.
So you eat and you go over to the grave.
Yeah.
And before that goes, I'm just gonna get out of the way. I assume as soon as whenever I'm shooting out of the house, just go back to what I was doing before and relaxing my own way.
Yedrin
Alright.
leaves the house. It just see Yedrin leaving the house with a plate of brownies, just chewing on one.
Nom 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 nom.
Bahamut just in my head, single tear. No.
Kato sees Works walking towards Rowan, turns on his heel and starts walking the other way. Rather briskly.
Turns on his what?
Turns on his heel and just starts walking the other way at a rather brisk pace.
Before, okay, so I'm going to roll a perception here. Works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Hang on. Stupid fucking piece of shit. Roll 20.
Want me to roll? I'll roll another 10.
No. Doo-doo. Thank you. Ark does not notice because he rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Have fun, Works.
Wait, let me make a will save to see if this is a smart idea first. Oh god, that was almost a natural 1.
I saw that one.
I was
Jesus.
like, okay, Works.
Works sees
Your
Rowan,
brain
it's
and Bahamut both at the same time go, what are you doing?
like, yeah, you're right.
No,
I have this
seriously. What are you about to do?
He just stops and just recalculating.
I was gonna tell her it'd be best that we broke up.
While she is sitting over a grave! Mourning!
Okay, there's a lot going on in my head right now.
Recalculating destination.
Which is why I'm second thinking.
Yeah.
it.
About
Works.
face. Run.
They just go. You just hear Bahamut go, Works. 2
What?
weeks.
Just Kato just comes up behind Works, grabs him by the horn, and just drags him away.
It's like, no.
I would rather not have the entire homestead blown up right now, so no.
Look, there's Yedrin. Go mug her for a brownie.
Yeah, no.
Bahamut's like, go eat a brownie. Go back to your house. Think long and hard about what you want to say.
So what you're saying is, get that post-nut clarity. Gotcha.
Wow!
Oh my god! Oh,
Bahamut's just like
over.
very silent. Goes, this is why you're going to be single forever. And then he stops talking.
You know, I read this story once about this guy who sealed up this other guy inside a wall. Don't make me do that to you.
No, I'd rather not.
Yeah. So give it about 2 weeks before you talk to Rowan again. Okay. Okay.
Bahamut also pipes up. Before the tourney, maybe like a day or two on the road. If you just go straight to Opernaeus, maybe like pull her aside before your fights. That way she can blow somebody else up instead of you.
That's devious. That's like giving her steroids.
Now I see why they call you the Dreadworm. That's-
Hey Rowan, good luck in your fight. Oh yeah, I'm breaking up with you. Bye!
What? Just.
Hey, Rowan wins!
Bahamut Bahamut very calmly says, Worksend,
Yes, Bahamut.
I want you to think about how old I am. And then I want you to think about how long I was in a relationship with Tiamat.
Look, do I want to take advice from someone who's fucking his sister?
Oh.
Sorry.
Response to that being, it was either that or my brother.
Fair enough.
Sweet Home Alabama intensifies.
But
Also, it's like we don't fuck each other. We just, companionship.
Alright. But, in the 2 weeks for Opernaeus, I have a few questions for you.
What, Worksend?
When I tried attuning to my own ether,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck was that? Was that because of just the ballistic bullshit with the elementals going on, or is that like...
Worksend... Hang on. Let me actually get a Bahamut voice going. Worksend. I want you to think long and hard about where you were. And more than anything, I want you to realize I am a massive aether that exists inside of you. You were separated from the ethereal sea. I was physically torn out of your psyche as your body was transported to another plane of existence without me.
Which will explain why I couldn't do any of my draconic abilities.
Did you not notice the difficulties of Miss Hunt? Did you not notice the disappearance of the summons that Lady Eliswa brought with her?
No, because I got knocked off the platform.
I can't help you with that.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Things
get to.
happen.
I didn't get to experience most of that fight.
At least you weren't picked up by another dog.
That's true. Things back. Well, kinda.
It wasn't as bad as the Borschleiters.
Yeah, that's true. That was definitely true. Either way, I think after the tourney, I'm taking some time away. Go to Ishgard.
Works
Train with
it.
the What?
I worry about your mental health.
Yeah, me too. You know, saving the world multiple times puts a strain on a guy.
Works it.
Okay, I'm still here. You don't have to say my name every time.
Are you okay?
You know the answer better than anyone. I'm not.
Have you thought about speaking to the others about how you feel? I mean, not just Rowan, but Lady Eliswa and Todd both seem to want to be there for you. As does Kato. Maybe
Because
let them into your life.
yeah. I feel like it'd be a burden on them though. But I gotta get past that feeling.
Do you not sometimes think that they may feel that they are burdens upon you?
Never really crossed. God damn it, Ark. No, in-game Ark, not you specifically. In-game Ark. It's just like
Both is good.
fucking. You know, I hate when he's right. Are you good? Are you two like in cahoots? Like, are you talking to each other behind my head? Or is this just something common that I just didn't pick up on?
There's silence, and he goes,
Well, one, he can't talk to me, but I can hear all of your conversations.
Yeah.
Secondly, I would say with the thousands of years of experience I have, I can pick up on things. I think he just happens to know his sister very well.
No. Yeah, you're right.
I
And
can't help you
Bahamut.
with Yedrin, but I can help you with the rest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can help you with that one. Either way. You know,
Get some rest and think long and hard about what you want to say.
well,
Maybe
let me
do
say
a
this.
few dry runs with me.
Let me say this to you at least. I give you a lot of shit, but I appreciate everything you do for me.
As cheesy as this is going to sound, you've grown on me like an awkward red-headed stepchild.
Well, I'm used to being the misfit. I guess it's a good title for me then. I guess why don't you start wearing with pride a little bit? Either way, thanks.
I will do what I can. No,
Rest, I know.
no, I need to rest. This takes
Yeah.
a lot of Aether.
Yeah.
Not to mention the stress on your throat.
It's actually not that bad.
As long as you stay hydrated.
Yep.
I've just been drinking liquor.
Look, I'm not gonna tell you what kind of, hydration.
Need fluids.
It's honestly, the Bahamut voice is not that bad. There are certain consonants that when I make them, it rasps, but it oddly feels good.
Like you're itching the back of your throat.
I guess.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, lovely.
Woof.
Talking to somebody who didn't have a voice for 2 months, so it's all good.
I mean, I'd rather do the Bahamut voice than try to do Connie's for a couple hours. Going high messes with me.
Hours.
Yeah.
Miss Platitude.
It's holier than thou.
Not really.
Yeah.
You guys missed Dak's entire session where she broke down in tears and started hurting herself.
Yup. And then
Why she hurt herself? I'll be very happy to hurt her for her.
And then I inadvertently wingmaned.
Yep.
But then I realized, and I went wingman.
I love how Rowan is so cool with basically I'm gonna hurt this 21-year-old who's been put into basically a position of power by a bunch of assholes.
I'd like to hurt all of them, so it's not just her. She's the face of it.
Oh my god. I know you can get Raban or Merowith, but Connie's literally, it's oh hey, child pope.
Every time Rowan talks to Connie, it's just awfully bold words for someone within crusading distance.
Yeah.
It's awfully bold words for somebody who lives in taxing distance.
That too.
Please don't tax us to death. I'm the one who owns this place.
That's it. I don't have to worry about taxes because it's not my place. And if she decides to be a bitch, Uncle Edmont, I'm coming home. Fuck you, Connie.
I'm just playing off what Connor says. Connie wouldn't do that. Connie just gave you guys over 100,000 gil.
I mean, an aetherite, but yeah.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Money? We got money? When did
Connie gave Dak her back pay.
Yeah, they ain't seen any of it.
Yeah, she didn't give it to us. She gave it to Dak.
It's my back. It's my back
It's
pay.
a back pay.
Which Dak then used to buy an aetherite for the.
No,
that
Connie
was
gave
a
you an
separate thing.
aetherite as well.
I talked my way into getting an aetherite.
Did you roll 20 on persuasion?
No.
No.
Oh.
She only got half because she actually rolled like shit for her.
I did. I don't think I got above a 30.
You got like a 25.
Yeah.
You rolled a 3 with a plus 20 fucking 2.
I don't care about money because obviously Rowan didn't get any of that shit. So let's
Well,
go.
see, I got like I think it was 113, and then I put 50 towards expanding the fucking housing area again. So
Wait,
like
hold
half
on.
of it's already gone.
Wait, hold on. Did we not get paid for literally saving the world?
Nope.
No.
No,
Okay. This pro bono shit is stopping.
look, I'm
You got
sorry.
paid emotional trauma.
You got paid an emotional trauma, and I got a goddamn aetherite for us, which was what 150k worth,
Yep.
essentially. So
I'm not even mad, but that's also because I'm sitting on 200,000.
yeah, Fiona is rich.
I would
Not
say
to
help
mention
brother
she
Apple.
has she has a potential sugar daddy if she wants it.
Federer.
No.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, also,
Oh.
Not what I'm not even talking about the skull either.
No, I was going with Heaven's Word.
Yep.
oh god.
I think that's more Hunt's bailiwick.
Ooh.
Let's be real, you would adopt that child in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
She couldn't even deny it. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
And also, Wargs, how do you think I feel about this pro bono stuff?
Sorry.
Well, you stop buying expensive axes.
You all aren't in this for the money. Everybody just looks at Hunt.
It's like, wait. No, like, I just imagined everything you said that. I just have that scene from Atlantis in my head. It's like, wait. You all are in this for, like, the sense of exploration and the adventure of it? Money.
Except it's like 40 Adrian sitting there.
Money.
I just imagine it's like what was it, We're the Millers? It's like, I got all my back pay in aetherite. I got 200k. It's like, you guys
are getting paid?
I mean, God, at this point, we did Tamtara for free. We did.
That is not fair. You went into Tamtara looking for Rowan's dad.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
Okay. We'll take that
I
one off the
gave you
table.
folks a share of what I sold off.
No, I was going to say hello, brother Apple. I'm like, that's right. You already bought me that extra giant strength.
I was gonna say, it's not that we haven't been. This is like the first job we haven't gotten paid. We haven't gotten really paid technically for. And this we've never made much money out of all of them.
I will also gladly point out, this wasn't a job. The elementals told Dak go do this shit.
Yeah, no, I was under orders from higher powers. Lower powers? Higher, lower.
That'd be like,
Depends on which elemental.
that'd be like demanding payment from Heidelin.
I was gonna
That
say,
shit don't
welcome
fly.
to being a cleric.
It's like, Dad, tell the elemental to pay
Lateral
my
powers, let's call it that.
Dad,
Yeah.
tell the elemental to pay me. Okay.
She was
Rockin
under-
comes up, drops shiny pebbles.
She was under orders from powers that are all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Basically, this one was welcome to being a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to being a druid 101.
Your nature's
That
close
flower
now.
just told you to do something. You better go do it.
Anyway, does anybody have anything else that they want to do in the moment?
Nope.
Nope. At some point, I'm probably gonna get up and get some food. Bacon.
I was gonna say probably the only one.
Actually, I'm gonna say Percival, and fuck. Percival, Gallahan, and Skull actually like take rotating shifts, like bringing you food and things you need.
I was gonna say, like, the only person I think I'd even really tell about where me and Date are probably going is Fiona.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still essentially we're going into the woods going hunting for monsters.
Okay, well then
Yep.
if that's the case and I'm fed, then I might go to the bar and steal a bottle and go drink it in my house.
Okay. Yeah, everyone kind of hangs out for the most part. It's their parents. Yes.
Fiona probably gives the Hellenic last rites to Colby's grave.
Okay.
and goes on her way to do other stuff.
Question for you, Fiona.
Which... Answer.
What did you do with the helmet?
She's keeping it on her shelf for now.
Okay, cool.
Also, I think Wildfire's gonna live in our sunroom for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know where else to put a 100-pound freaking robot head. But it's not gonna be outside.
Okay. So,
We'll just be surrounded by flowers in the sunroom.
after about a week and a half goes by, you all doing your things, visiting here and there with the sons, the swords, other people, just kind of being yourselves instead of adventurers for a change. Kato, there's suddenly a ringing in the back of your head.
Oh no.
Have you heard the
Shit.
good news about it? Nope.
Kick me off your mailing list.
And it tickles for a second. And then there's this pause and that you hear, test. Does this work?
Who the fuck is talking to me?
Kato,
Yes?
this is your
Kato.
father. Sorry, this is new to me. It was good seeing you. You can respond. Love you.
Couldn't fit to this message in, huh?
That was literally 25 and he had to run on love you into one word. So it cuts off at you.
Love you too?
There's another pause and he goes, I wasn't the best father, and I'm sorry. More than anything, I just want you to be happy. And I was wrong. Please forgive me.
Apology accepted? Still just very confused as to what the fuck is going on.
There's not another response for a couple of minutes, and then you hear your brother's voice saying, he's awkward but he means well. I hope to see you again soon. I'll reach out later. Might be some changes.
An explanation might be nice too.
We're using a shaman to send messages to you. because he saw you when you came back, he can trace your position.
Okay. Just kind of still a little weirded out.
They don't respond again. After that, roll a sense motive.
Oh joy. Pull up my sheet.
Right,
No,
we're
20.
trying to
Being
roll.
slow. There we go.
Based on the tone of their voices toward the end, you get the feeling that they thought that they were, because of how short your responses were, and the like, they felt like they were bothering you, or that you didn't want to talk to them, so they just kind of went, maybe we shouldn't disturb him.
Maybe once he's got some rest. Also, I didn't realize my sense motive was that good.
You also rolled a 19.
I know. Still.
Yeah.
Didn't realize I had a +9.
I mean, what is that? That's 6 ranks? Or a couple ranks and a high wisdom?
That's 2 ranks and a 4 wisdom.
Adds up, yeah. 5 plus 4.
Yeah, because it is a class skill.
Okay. So, Dak,
Yes.
roll a 1d100.
Oh
Uh-oh.
dear.
F in chat.
Neat.
I'm scared.
You come back from hunting with Date a week later. You're both kind of beaten up. Date looks really happy. And you're carrying the body of 3 slimes, a pudding, and the half-eaten remains of what looks to be of some odd void scent.
Got it. A couple buckets and a sack.
Pretty much.
Who wants Jello?
Additionally, roll a fortitude.
Not
Okay.
that kind of jello.
It's a fire. It's like a fire plan. Ah, spicy!
Acid.
Okay, so when Dak comes back, well, Date looks extremely happy. Dak's like pale and there's like vomit stains around her mouth.
I just look pale and sickly.
Yeah. They've been, you all kind of like almost immediately go, oh no, honey, no, you didn't try to do what he was doing.
Solidarity.
Fiona sighs and takes Dak to her house to put her in bed for rest.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I mean, Dade is like carrying her to take her in. It's like he'll do it. He's chipper. Obviously, it went well for him, not for her.
Did you at least hold her hair back?
Of course. What do you take me for?
Just gives a thumbs up before going home.
She has just enough hair to hold.
Yeah. Okay. So, last chance. Does anybody want to do anything else before you head off to Opernus?
Fiona is probably going to do some background stuff, but I can talk to you about that another time.
Okay.
Okay, from this point, how much time do we have before Opernus? Like a week?
You've got... At this point, I would sped it along to... You have like 3 days.
Okay.
I was gonna say, we have enough time to get there if we pack now, I think.
Well, you can...
We can just teleport there.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can teleport. Oh boy.
Although we want to be there ahead of time to get rooms, because
Yeah.
festival. Oh, so who's
Oh.
paying for rooms?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I'm
wait, no, we get rooms for free this time, right?
Don't we get rooms for participating? Like last year?
Last year was because Fan Daniel gave us a recommendation and reference to where we stayed.
Yeah.
She told you where to stay. She didn't get you a room.
We just saved the fucking world.
Oh, they don't care. Business.
I'm Robbie.
We are the business.
Oh, so this is the question of how many people actually believe that.
I mean, I'm Robbie. You could see it. Right?
Either way, Dak will, like, attempt to pay for a room.
Okay.
That's
Well,
just
before
me.
everybody heads out, Mork's gonna calls everyone together.
Yes.
Really, Ark? Really? Really?
Look, we needed music.
Yeah. So works with everyone
Really?
together. Like,
Muted.
Uh,
I mean, I could have done much worse, and you know it.
you could have. You could have.
Actually,
So
that was not
basically-
what I thought it was going to be, so...
That scares me. So basically, works called everyone together, and okay, I spent the past few weeks thinking about a few things, and I don't think I've ever fully opened up to everyone. I've opened up to a few of you, but not to everyone. And I've been wrestling with a few emotions, mainly feeling like I'm not good enough. Especially with what happened up in Rio. Yeah, I kind of got tossed off the side, and you guys handled it pretty fine without me. And, you know, as someone who's fought and struggled to, you know, be where I am, you know, I see myself falling behind you guys. And, you know, it sucks because I'm starting to feel like I'm turning into dead weight. You know, I don't really offer much outside of combat. I mean, even in combat, you know, everyone's starting to really shine and find their own, you know, find their own abilities and powers, and just I'm feeling like, you know, if I fall far enough behind, you guys won't want me around.
That's the
Why
truth.
did we think that?
Sorry.
It comes from a lot of problems within myself. I'm having a bit of trouble finding my own self. And recently it's been harder to tell myself the positives.
But just as we all have our strengths, as you said, we all have our weaknesses as well. If what happened during the Green Wrath incident is eating at you, then perhaps it's best to just acknowledge that talking it out is a weakness. And you can either shore it up, or you can focus on your strengths some more. After all, we have each other to rely on. And I cannot stress this enough. I rely on you wholly for being on the front lines for us.
That means a lot. You know, I don't want to go into this tournament feeling like crap. You know, I want to go in feeling good. And guys, I could really use a few words of encouragement. Because as much as I try to be the hero, I kind of need a hero right now.
Works, you don't have to be the hero. We're all a team, and we rely on each other.
All I can say is stop trying to be the hero and start being yourself.
We want Works, and we don't want Works and the hero. You are plenty useful. I'm pretty sure we would be in much dire straits if you weren't here.
I can think of a few times that things would have gone a lot worse, probably.
Indeed. And while Yedrin may go out charging into the front, axe swinging, you're there as a stalwart line of defense. And that means a lot.
And
You've
I'll be
defended
right.
me and... Go
And
ahead.
I'll be right there with you. He says as the shield on his arm just up to full size.
It's just Transformer sound.
Thanks, Kylo. If I had anyone by my side, I'm glad it's you.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but have I been gone for a while, or did Kato always have that?
No, I just got it.
Okay,
I-
just checking.
I helped fund it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's be entirely honest, Walks. Walks, you are no way been real liability. If there's anyone on this team that would be kicked for being a liability, I'll admit, probably me.
I mean, outside of the 2 times you almost killed Cam,
They don't know about the one.
oh, that's right. We don't know about the one. So the one time you tried to kill Cam, and all that, the demonic house party going inside your head right now.
I mean, but yeah. Also, the whole eating people thing the one time, and
Yeah, well, we've
I'm
all been.
glad that hasn't resurfaced.
I will be honest.
Works holds out a fist
We
and says,
all screw up sometimes. But
think
we
it's a
learn from
screw
our
up.
mistakes and get back up and keep trying.
We're
I know I don't
all
say it enough,
damaged.
I know I don't say it enough, but you know what? I'm really glad I ran into you guys that day on the cart.
Oh, believe me, I am very glad I met you.
As
Most
well.
of you, anyway, on the cart.
As for as crazy and unexpected and sometimes maddening adventure of our lives, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone besides you.
At least it keeps our lives interesting.
At very least. And I think it's going to cause some drinking problems down the road for all of us, but that's another issue.
I think some of you already have drinking problems. Just saying.
My only drinking problem is with coffee.
Mine
Not
is.
as how
Yeah,
much
we're
I've had.
gonna put you to decaf eventually.
Or at least
You
half.
can have my black Ada when you pry it out of my cold, dead hand.
Also, I thought drinking's a problem. Says whole drinking.
I don't have a drinking problem. Yeah.
I don't have a drinking problem. I have it under control.
I don't have a drinking problem. I drink. I get drunk. No problem.
I drink because I enjoy it.
When I run out, there's a problem.
Yeah. But no, I have my apple juice and I'm happy with it.
Oh, what do you say we get to Optineus and show them what the Agents of Mayhem are capable of? Let's go raise a little hell.
If you insist.
The shield.
Works kind of holds out his fist like fist bump style. Come on.
Reaches up.
Duck does that. Next thing she notes is like a note. A note falls off her door.
And sorry, team exercise in a second. Go get the note.
You go pick up the note and you look down and you read it and you see it's actually signed from Azir and Ia and it basically just reads, "Shut up, Siri."
I didn't get that.
Jack, shut up, Siri. Love Azir.
It basically it's written out and it's from Azir and he says, "Thanks for putting us up. We'll be in Optineus. Look forward to seeing you compete." There's a little note at the bottom. It's written by Ia, and it reads, "Your house is very pretty, and you make me feel comfortable. Thank you."
Well, that's nice. Comes back to the little group and does a little fisty thing again. Easier and wanna see us compete.
You said Azir, and my heart dropped thinking he said he was going to compete.
No, he wants to see us compete.
Okay. I was going to say, because in that case, I might stay back.
In any case.
Because I did not feel like getting launched out of the stadium.
Well, you know who is going to be competing.
First.
What?
You know who is going to be competing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone?
No.
Father-in-law.
Ruler of the Colosseum.
Yeah, that guy.
Depends on how everything goes. I wouldn't mind going fist to fist with Fenrir for a few rounds.
Your funeral.
Oh, gods.
Yeah, I don't think you'd even make it a few rounds.
Let's be honest, none of us would.
Your best bet is to try and stay away from him.
Look, if I fight Fenrir, I'm at least gonna, not run away for 30 seconds and win the match like that.
Oh, it's longer than 30 seconds.
Even so,
You
I'm
can
not gonna
tell
run.
on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, even so, no matter how long it is, I'm not going to run away.
Being
If I
entirely
don't-
honest,
Go ahead, Judgment.
if I had the money on me, I had an plan entirely around running away from that fight.
I'd rather go. I'd rather go down in one hit than win by running away.
I suppose that's the nature of Colosseums. You either put on a good show dying, or you put on a good show not being hit.
Speaking of show, I got a new trick to preview this year.
Oh God.
Interesting.
I look forward to it.
On that subject, I have some business in Ishgard to take care of before I make my way to Albanese, so I'll see you all there.
Okay.
Dag hugs Fion's leg.
Don't
see you,
leave me with
Bernays.
these people.
Yeah,
Don't leave me with these dumbasses. Oh, I love you too.
Works it kind of turns Fiona and offers her a hug.
Aww. Group hug on Fiona,
Fion's
and Fion's like,
Works is just like,
hug.
Group
Thank you.
hug on the Lalafell.
no, group hug on the thousand.
no, as like Works goes in, he's just like, thank you for everything.
Group hug on the group moron.
Which one?
From one brimling to another.
You.
Let's be fair, there's 3.
Yeah. Let's be fair, there's 6.
I mean, that's fair.
No, I wouldn't call Fiona a group moron.
She's the group.
Dak is the
Fine.
group like
Mark?
ball of over emotional.
Look, if anyone's gonna be the ball of idiot, it's probably me, considering how many times I could have died in this entire freaking campaign for doing
Yeah.
something stupid.
Works in Yedrin is my counter to that.
I almost
Yeah,
died like
mostly
3
works.
times with the Sahagin thing.
Dak. Tree.
Yeah, well,
Let's be honest, my
Okay.
track record out of combat hasn't been bad.
Cam.
Yedrin
Yeah.
has been blown up several times. But
My
here's
track
the,
record in
here's the
combat
thing.
is atrocious.
Works and Kato, well, Works actually much more heavily than Kato is group idiot. Kato is a little disconnected right now. Just let's be honest, and we're working on that, and we will get you there, Kato. I promise.
yes.
Gedrin is the group psychopath.
Everyone needs one.
You need one. At least it's not the one that's like putting someone's face on a robot type
Wait,
of psychopath. Works knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
The
Or, you
campaign
know.
is fucking awful.
Those people who,
Concerned
perform
potatoes.
genetic experiments with their dog and their daughter.
Concerned potato noises.
Get the fuck out of here, Kato, with
Or
that
in other
shit.
words, basically, Yedrin's the psychopath that's actually controlled.
Word.
Well, I'm trying to think of what the word is. You're not a psychopath or a sociopath. You're just your character is unempathetic and cares about money.
Yedrin is the stoic one. I guess, is one way to put it.
I think unempathetic is basically the same as sociopath.
Rowan is the angry one. Am I wrong?
Let's be fair. Rowan has a lot to be angry about.
This is true.
Rowan's not arguing.
But she is
Rowan's
the angry
here.
one.
Rowan's not saying anything. Wait, I'm sorry, Ark. What did you say?
I said Rowan's not arguing, but we all have to be fair. Rowan is the angry one. She gets angry on behalf of everyone else in the party. That's why things go boom.
Well, when your echo goes around wrath and hatred, yeah.
Makes sense. Anyway,
God,
so you guys are.
we're the 7 deadly sins, aren't we? 6 of the 7
Kato,
deadly sins
fuck
are wrong.
off.
Yeah, fuck off.
What? Wait, was it something he posted or something I said?
Nah, it's gone now.
It's gone now.
Oh,
Come on! I wanted to see it.
You did not.
No, you did not.
It was Nina from Full Metal Alchemist.
oh, Kato.
And again, I reiterate on what I post.
Got out.
Regardless, I do know, Kato, you need to head to bed. So
Yeah.
we will call it here for the night. We will open back up in Apernaeus. Fionn, please send me whatever you want to do in Ishgard, and we will cover that.
Okay.
I apologize that this was not a more in-depth or interesting session to anybody
I thought
that
it
was
was
watching.
interesting.
The party had a lot they needed to unpack, let's be honest.
God damn it, Kato.